Cool. All right. I think we're recording now. All right. What's up,
Okay.
everyone? Skylar here from Jiu-Jitsu Nutrition. Welcome to the show. Super excited today. We've got a good
I
buddy.
need one t-shirt of that, man. Send
You want-
me.
Yeah, you want this one? Yeah. We got a couple. They're on their way. They're on their way. Super excited to be here today with our good friend and partner here, Nicholas Meregali. What's up, man? How's it going?
I'm amazing. I'm having a really good time at home, studying, relaxing, making plans for the future. This quarantine is a hard time, but I'm trying to make this moment happy in my
Yeah.
life.
Right,
And
right.
you, my friend, how are you?
Good, good. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It's been tough, right? Like no one's been able to train, no one's been able to work out and that kind of thing. So it's been kind of tough to
Yeah, work out at home is really hard. It's really
yeah,
bad at the same time.
yeah, exactly. Um hey, so like through this interview, we're really excited. I just have a couple of questions. I'm curious as to, what's been happening on your end, what you're planning for this year and next year, and kind of some of the other things that go along with what it means to be a world champion, right? Like how all the
Yeah.
dedication and hard work and everything. So first thing I want to ask is, just as we were kind of talking about, quarantine around the world has really caused a lot of hiccups in most people's kind of day-to-day activities. For you as a world champion and your goals of getting to that level over and over and over again, what have you been doing to kind of keep yourself busy during the quarantine time?
Uh, so it was really hard to understand what is going to be my purpose inside the quarantine because my goal, as you said, always is be a champion, win championships, super events, keep training hard, jiu-jitsu and physical conditioning. But at this time, in quarantine, I'm trying to bring my attention for things that I need to improve, not just jiu-jitsu, but about mindset, about English language, for example, about my website that I think that I'm launching for the next month, I hope.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm changing my goals because we have championships coming. BJJ Stars is one of the events. Spider event, another one who is trying to come back active. But I don't know if this is the best moment for us. Keep training hard, jiu-jitsu. Uh, in my mind, I need try open my eyes to improve things that I never had time enough because when we are inside one hard camp, we don't have time enough to improve different things. And I'm taking this quarantine to do and make plans a little bit different than I usually do when I'm training hard. The
Gotcha.
quarantine is going amazing for me.
Yeah, because last time that we chatted, I knew that you were. It's interesting because a lot of times I feel like people have this idea of athletes like always training and always doing sorts of things to kind of keep their bodies in shape, but a lot of it's mental too, right? Like you have to be in that mental standpoint and that mental framework in order to continue to be that champion. So you going through English classes and learning things kind of aside from just the jujitsu thing, I think it's really helping. It's gonna help you kind of get to that next level, right?
Yeah, of course, of course. English, I understand better about English and improve my English is one. I believe that I'm gonna step forward in my career after I have one fluently English. Because for us make a business, for us creating one better relationship, like for me get it spread my feelings, I need have one fluency English. I need to speak one fluency English. Just for that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to learn better than ever, and yeah, this is one purpose of my quarantine. Spend
Nice.
my time studying everything because the mentality, the more important thing for the people, doesn't matter what your profession or what is your plan, your mindset needs to be strong.
Absolutely, for sure, for sure. And kind of like rolling into the next thing is you've been obviously staying fit mentally. How have you been staying fit physically? What have you been doing to kind of keep yourself physically active and strong, and through this time where you're not able to go and train and go to the gym and that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. I had been alone, training alone for almost 2 years. In Brazil, the quarantine started 17 March, I
Hmm.
think so. And I started to train alone after that time that the government gave us for stay at home, safe and that stuff. But yesterday, no, 2 days ago, Monday, I started a conditioning time with my coach. So I want to take 3 months of hard training, talking about conditioning to get improve my body. As I never had conditioning to improve, because when you are training jiu-jitsu like twice a day or 3 times a day, you can't bring muscles, you can't build your body exactly as you dream.
Right.
So Monday I started and I have 3 months already to improve my body. So I hope get a step forward every week.
Right, right. And I'm sure nutrition has a lot to do with that too. Like, what's your diet like? What have you been changing anything differently? Have you been kind of eating the same? What's the story there?
I don't have one specific diet, but the only rule that I usually follow is uh, I just can't eat food that God can provide me, you
Mm,
know. Natural food. I don't like industrial food. I don't like fast food. I don't like supplements is a thing that I usually take because I'm a super athlete.
mhm.
And I believe that normal people need to take supplements as well, because uh, if you stay some health lifestyle, if you stay some uh, healthy, you need to keep eating good food and you need to keep taking supplements, because sometimes we can't achieve good vitamins every day. So this is
Right.
my diet: supplements and health food.
Nice. Awesome. Because I noticed in some of your stories on your Instagram, you have, um, I honestly don't even know what it is. It looks like tea or something, but it's like kind of chopped up, and I think you drink it or you
Yeah,
eat it or
this is
something.
a special coffee.
Yeah, there you go. Special coffee too. Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Good deal.
uh,
So next question
yeah,
I have for you is, in the whole process of you getting to where you are today, I think a lot of people want to know, like, kind of where you came from, right? Where did you grow up in Brazil? What was your story like when you were a kid? How did you kind of get into jiu-jitsu, those sorts of things.
okay. So I grew up in one small city in Brazil. 1 hour driving from Porto Alegre. Porto Alegre is my city exactly now. I'm living here. Training jiu-jitsu. I just moved for here because I started my career as a fighter, and I lived there for 80 years with my family, and I started to play jiu-jitsu, started to train jiu-jitsu because my brother started before me.
Interesting.
So yeah, every day he went to the academy, he learned new movements, and when he came back to home, we started to play like a fighter.
Sure.
And we were kids, so I was creating curiosity about the sport, about the martial art, and then I went to the academy and started my relationship with jiu-jitsu. My brother was the idol in the first moment, but after I started to train, I was changing my mindset. And then my brother is brown belt nowadays, really good brown belt for
I could tell. I could tell there's some like
yeah,
brotherly kind
it's
of
like
thing.
genetic.
That's so funny.
Family.
Yeah. So
And
so he
but
still
yeah,
he still trains.
yeah, he's still training.
Yeah.
And he was the people who pushed me for start to training, not calling me to train, but giving me example training, going to the academy, learning a new things. So he helped them a lot.
Awesome. That's so funny. Awesome. So
Mhm.
in that whole kind of process of you starting and going to the academy, which academy did you start with, and who was your professor when you first started?
Okay, my first professor was Jefferson Adam. He's my friend nowadays, and he's one Mario Hayes affiliation. You know, he is Mario Hayes student. So after I had that 3 years training hard, 3 or almost 4 years training hard, and I was developing my game uh, as a form that I couldn't stay there training, you know, because I reached one level in the game that I needed to move to Mario
Mhm.
to keep improving, you know. And then was not easy because I left my home, I left my family, I left my old friends uh, to move for Porto Alegre, but was easy on the way because the philosophy was the same. My coach, my first coach, always follow Mario Hayes, you know. So I just need to change my place to live, but not was different about mindset, about philosophy, about training. You know, just the quality of training was improved a lot.
Right, right, right. So right now you're still work with Mario. What's the lineage of your jiu-jitsu professors right now from where you're at Alliance?
About who is the Mario Hayes coach? This is the
Yeah,
question. What is it?
so there's you and then Mario Hayes, and then who's above Mario? Who does Mario?
Fabio Gurgel, Fabio Gurgel, and then Jacaré. Jacaré is our like biggest coach in our team, but he is old. He's really old, but he usually not work more in the Lions. Just Fabio Gurgel is controlling everything in our team
Gotcha.
about affiliations, about championships, about everything.
And then from there, he who did he train under?
Fabio Gurgel,
Yeah.
he's training in São Paulo, but he's not more like training hard, just controlling the business. I think so.
Right,
It's
right,
just for hobby.
right.
Mm.
Good deal, man. Well, it sounds like you got a pretty awesome little lineage there. Moving into just, I'm actually really curious about this. Through your jujitsu career, from white belt to today, what has been your favorite belt and why?
Uh, it's hard because I believe that each level you are learning different things and bringing different concepts about mindset, about game, about philosophy for your life. The brown belt was really important in my opinion because in a brown belt I started to see that I was different, you know. I was different than everybody. So I'm playing so different in a brown belt. For sure, I will reach my goal. You know, I will be a world champion, a black belt world champion. Uh, I'm playing another level. So the brown belt was special for that. But in the purple belt, I believe that I choose my game.
Mhm.
I started to do De La Riva X. I started to play on top, passing like Storiada, and my mindset was changing a little bit for bringing one amazing self-confidence.
Mhm.
So each belt, you live different experience who could help you to reach your goals, you know. But the more important, in my opinion, was brown belt. Black belt was my dream.
Mhm.
So I always see me as a black belt fighting against big champions, you know, winning my titles. That is my my two medals, you know. And yeah, the black belt is the more important at the moment, but I have one amazing feeling about my brown belt. Like I know who I am exactly, you know,
Right.
as I was brown belt.
Do you feel like now that you're black belt, because I think, at least for me, as I've gone through my training, I've noticed that every belt that I've had, which has only been white belt and blue belt, has been, you end up like diving so deep into those belts only to try and progress and get to the next level. Do you think that now that you're a black belt, it's more of like learning the techniques like perfectly, or is it just kind of like there's so much stuff out there that you just want to focus on a couple things that you know you can do really good at?
Understand. This is one process that, in my opinion and in my view, when you are a black belt, you are not a person who create, you not create like different movements. You just keep doing what you know about to do, but you stay improving your movements, like stay improving some grip, stay improve some body movement, stay improving how you change your hip inside some guard moment or pass guard moment, you know. And in my mindset and my idea about jiu-jitsu is I need keep improving every single movement that I do, making possible I put this game against everyone. For example, if you break my position, it's because I'm not doing perfectly. You know, I need to keep studying, keep improving, keep changing some grip, keep looking for the position as one, not one position, but one science. You know, I need to look for one position, not like one position, but about science. I have some body movements, I have some anatomic movements, how I can push this position forward. You know, this is
So
the way that I believe.
so very specific in the way of like you've developed over the last, you know, white through brown belt, the fundamentals of the movement, but black belt is getting taking those elements and just refining them to making your game that much more precise.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Uh, it means blue to brown belt, you build your game, and then black belt, you improve your game. This is what happened inside one career or inside your career as a jiu-jitsu practitioner. You know.
Right. Interesting. That's really cool. That's a really good way to kind of put it, because for me, like I'm always um I'm a perfectionist. Like I like to get to a movement and a position and feel everything about that position so that I know, well, if someone does this, then I already know like I have to do this to counter that, or I have to do that to like better my position or whatever it is. So I
Yeah.
interesting. Like that's a really kind of interesting way
Yeah,
to
because you can feel inside your trainings what kind of position you are feeling more comfortable. You know.
right.
So it's really simple. This is my feeling. My feeling about pass guard. My feeling about Della Riva X. My feeling about I don't know X guard. This is the best feeling. So I want to follow that kind of position, not try to do different things. I want to improve what I feel that is good for me.
Right. Um, so you personally and you professionally, you've kind of gotten to these levels that you're, you know, you're world champion, you've got so many goals kind of moving forward. Looking back, what has been your biggest accomplishment personally and your biggest accomplishment in your professional career?
Uh, I don't know if I can split my life, you know,
Yeah.
about personally and professionally because uh, if my dream is to be world champion, my dream is about my person. It's not about just professional goals, you know. So I can't split my career and my life because everything that I do in my life, everything about food, about friends, about lifestyle, about goals, is only 100% focused in keep improving my athlete side.
Mhm.
You know, I have my 100 energy put on the games. You know, so I can't split my personal life from my career life. You know, for example, I don't do parties. For
Mhm.
example, because I know that if I do parties, I'm going to spend my energy doing things that one normal person does. You know, so I
Right.
cannot go there. I need to stay at home resting for tomorrow morning, wake up early, stay reading, you know, stay doing meditation, keep focusing on my trainings. So I can't split my life, but my biggest goal always was in my dream was and is to be absolute champion. in a
Yeah.
black belt, but these two medals is very enough at this time. I'm happy what I built in my career in life.
Right. Right. But it's cool though, because you're still so young to the point where you have so much more time to get to that, to further advance you professionally, right? And you personally. Like you've got a lot of time. And I'm so excited to see you grow, man. I think it's going to be so awesome, like just as you continue to get to that next level, become, more world championships. You're just going to keep winning, and you have that mindset, man. Like I think a lot of people who are athletes, they think um that because they're at this level, that and they're talented enough, that they don't necessarily have to work as hard. But I feel like you have this talent, and then you have this, like, this desire and this work ethic to, like, to and combining those together, and that's what's really getting you to that next level. That's why you're at where you're at, right? That's why you have those medals on the side over there. It's because you work really hard.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And at the moment, I'm living one different feeling inside because I always was a person who trained a lot. I always did 4 sessions, 5 sessions a day.
mhm,
But nowadays, at this quarantine moment, I'm bringing one different quality that I never used it, my intelligence,
right,
mindset.
right,
Because uh, for me, achieve the next step. For example, my physical condition is really good. My jiu-jitsu, my technique jiu-jitsu is amazing. Like I'm the one of the best jiu-jitsu players in the world.
yeah,
I have my world championship, but I need to bring more intelligence for my career right now because for me, make me one a legend. I need to make different things. So this is my mindset for this time. Keep changing, improve things.
right, right. So it's like it's using, getting to the point where you're setting yourself apart from everybody by being smart and also being an awesome athlete. It's the whole package, right? It's everything.
Yeah,
I love
to
that.
be a legend.
Legend. I love
Yeah.
it. You're already a legend. Come on, you're already a legend. Hey, so this year, obviously, the coronavirus and um quarantine has really shut down a lot of, I think, goals for a lot of people, including yourself. I know that we had, a number of competitions that were scheduled for this year that are not going to be, being hosted anymore. So for this next year, if as things start to open up, like, are there any goals that you have, for 2020, and then looking forward to, like, in 2021, um, what do you kind of see happening from a jiu-jitsu standpoint from competitions, and how are you going to prepare for those situations?
So for 2020, I'm not trying to make plans about schedule because we can't complain
Right.
what's happening with the world. I usually uh, say to my friends that we just need to live at this time, coronavirus. We just need to live the present. Today, we just need. We can set up set up appointments for tomorrow, but we can't preview the next week. It's
Right.
really shit. We need to keep changing the plans. I don't know what's gonna happen. So my idea nowadays is just step like is lonely and looking for tomorrow, not for the end of the year. But for 2021, my plans for sure is the real goal is win the absolute division. This is my dream that always, uh, I always live this dream in my life. Uh, since I started to train jiu-jitsu until now, and I'm launching my website for the next month,
Right.
and I want to put a little bit more attention for the digital market,
Yeah.
because I know that I'm example. I know that I have some authority over the people. I know that my game is different. My technique level is working different. So I want to help people to improve the game, to improve the mentality, to improve the philosophy about jiu-jitsu. And my website is going to bring a lot of work for me, but it's bringing. I'm a little bit busy at this time. My energy is not so clean because I'm not training jiu-jitsu, and then I'm not recovering my energy. But I know that hard times bring good times, and I'm working hard inside that project. And for the future, 2020, 2021, I hope to be absolute champion and uh, talk more about the jiu-jitsu philosophy.
Gotcha.
This
Yeah,
is my goal.
yeah, we talked about your website a little bit ago. I think you're really smart in a business sense, because you have a skill, you're really good at what you do, you're smart, and you're continuing to push yourself both mentally and physically. And I think a lot of people, um, who train jujitsu, and just people in general, they're 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 motivated and they get excited, and they want to support someone like you who has kind of all these things that are going on, so that they can kind of be involved with your story, right? Like I think that you launching a website and doing things for the Meregali brand, I think is so smart. I think it's awesome, and I love how you're tying both your professional career and your business career, kind of putting it together, because I feel like jujitsu in itself has has a lot of running room, right? Like there's so much that we haven't tapped into from a um, from a commercial perspective, right? Where you can utilize
Yeah,
yourself, you can utilize like your skill, you can utilize the things that are available for the sport, and make a living off of it, and really do some good, and get people excited about jumping on board with you and your story. I think that's really smart.
yeah. I was waiting for this time for a lot of years because I can't disturb my career making business. If you want to be a champion, you need to put your 100% of your focus on your career. But at this time, quarantine, uh, I believe that this is the perfect moment for me make my business and then left for the people, let for the people, so let for someone works for me after I had understanding about website, about videos, about digital market, and then help people to keep improving themselves inside, because jiu-jitsu is one martial arts who change uh, ourselves inside, like training every day, you put your ego on the mat, and then you're going to smash your ego after any role, so you
Right.
keep improving your personality, your spiritual side. So this is a thing that I want to share with the people after I have everything in control, and then start to spread my philosophy on my websites. And then after I build some small part of my career, I have more confidence to keep opening my eyes for different sides, business sides in this case.
I love it, man. Super smart. You're on another level. So I'm super excited for you. Um, Wrapping it up here, do you have anything that you want to say to your supporters and your fans out there?
Uh, I don't know. I don't have anything to do. Just keep living the present. Keep reading a lot. I spent my first month of quarantine reading a lot of books. I usually read a lot of books. This is not all my books, but this is maybe the first month of quarantine. I read 4 books,
Yeah.
and I just yesterday I just uh, have done my second book of the second month because I changed a little bit my mindset about I can't nowadays I can't read a lot and I need to spend more time making plans. But
Right.
when we start to read a lot, we bring different point of views from different people, you know, and we have in the market different successful people bringing us advice about life. So if you read a lot of books talking about different situations, different mindset, different business, you can make you better than ever, you know. And this time in quarantine, the only tip that I could give to my fans is keep reading a lot. You
Right.
just can make you powerful. You just can make you stronger. You just can make you uh, smart. You know, after you read a lot of books,
Yeah.
you need to understand about one world mentality, about success for you to be success. You know, so this is my only tip about the quarantine.
Awesome. All right, Nicholas, thank you so much. Super excited. We can't wait to see you at BJJ Stars July 25th, 24th,
Yeah,
July
July
25th.
25th. Yeah.
Awesome. Flow grappling. And yeah, that's it. So thanks so much, Jiu-Jitsu Nutrition, Skylar. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I
All
hope
right,
you're
see
going
you.
good and the people are going safe at home. Thank you,
Thanks.
guys.
Likewise. See ya.
See ya.